where have I been? Where have I been? I'm here now, but I was somewhere else. I was in Florida, and I recorded an episode, but I can't find it. It did not. It's somewhere. It didn't upload. It didn't do any of the stuff. So you have no idea. I went to a podcasting conference, a pod fest, and I spoke, and it was nice. I didn't manage to stay at the hotel where the conference was because I looked at it too late, and that's fine. I was staying maybe an 12-minute walk away, not too bad. And, I thought, that's fine. I can walk over. I'll walk back. It's going to be pleasant. And it was cold. And also, the hotel that I was staying in, I made an assumption was, all right, this is in Orlando. This is very close to, big things, parks, whatever. People are going to come here. It's going to be nice. And, well, I made a mistake. Is what I did.
Yeah, what kind of mistake did you think you did? Hold on a second. What kind of? There we go. What kind of mistake do you think that you made?
Oh, hey, Pig. Well, my first mistake, and I have to apologize immediately. I should have started off with this. I am so sorry that you did not come with me to the conference. I got there and I looked around and I was like, I'm here by myself. I don't have any of my little gaggle of friends.
Well, before you say friends, right? Let's just acquaintances, right? Work friends. I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Now proceed.
Yes, I tend to agree that, we're all friendly here at work. Hello, everyone. It's me, producer. And we are friends here at work, of course. But we don't really run in the same social circles so much, So it's kind of tough when you're like, oh, my friends, we don't know anything, pretty much the second that you leave the studio, we're like, okay, see you later.
But no, none of that's true. We all live at headquarters together, and no, I don't know why you're trying to make us work friends. We are just friends.
Well,
and
hold on a second there, Natty. It's me, Rufus, T. Rufus. Now, we're going to get into a little bit of a gray area here, because now, while you were gone, gallivanting down in sunny Florida, we had an HR meeting.
Oh, you did? Human resources? We don't have that here.
Wait, you're saying HR stands for Human Resources? Okay, then maybe we didn't do it right at all. We were talking about Homestar Runner.
Whoa, now hold on a second. You can't just go out just saying that. I think that's trade copywritten marked. We were talking about HR puffing stuff. We were talking about.
No, hold on, because I was at this meeting as well, and I thought we were talking about HR, which is, of course, the big magazine that's done in the swamp called Healthy Ribbits, which is all about telling frogs how to live a happy life, a healthy life. We do box breathing, croak for 4 seconds
Okay.
in, 4 seconds out, and the whole thing.
Good.
But I don't know what HR you guys are talking about right now.
Yeah, good. I'm glad that you had... Okay. I, again, was in Florida. I staying at a hotel, and it looked nice from the outside, but then you go inside, and the first, the lobby, nice. The people, nice. And then you go into the elevator upstairs to the second floor where I was, and it smelled like mold. It smelled like wet, moldy dog, which I don't know if that's a thing, but that was what I was hit with as soon as I got out of the door. And it was like an extended stay, which means I guess you can live there maybe, but which doesn't make sense to me because it was far too expensive for that. But every room had a kitchenette.
Wait,
like a
wait, you saw Jeanette? Jeanette was down in Florida? Oh man, I lost touch with Jeanette so long ago, and I
No, it was a kitchenette. Yeah, kitchenette.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So a kitchenette is just a small kitchen. Sorry. and it was terrible, and I never even I would walk right through there. All the furniture was pressed up against the wall, which was very nice looking, and the bed, I left the covers on, and I used my bag as a pillow, and I put what's the thing?
Is it a blanket?
A blanket?
Yeah.
No, not a blanket.
Oh, wait. If you're talking about the thing on the bed that you put on top of your set, that's called a blanket. So you on the right path there.
Well,
Just want to help you out.
It could also be called like a covers. You got your covers, you got your blankets, you got your throws, you got your I don't know. What is the thing where you take the blanket, but it's got like it's empty, and so you put the stuff. A duvet. Yeah.
Oh.
It might have been a duvet.
That was loud.
Or was it an Afghan?
No, sorry. So it was my mistake because I put a towel down on the bed, and then I used a couple of other towels as blankets. So you guys were right with blankets, but I used it. I didn't want to touch the bed. Basically, it was great. I fully clothed with a jacket on. It was good. It was really comfortable. Sleeping in mold. And I if I find the hidden episode, by hidden I mean lost, it'll tell you all about the train that I took down there. I drove to a place and then put my car on a train, and then I got on a train, and it was an adventure. But not now. I want to talk about. So I would go to the Podfest, right, and wander around, and there were all kinds of people there, and there were all kinds of talks, and there were lectures, and there was a hall of people selling their wares, hawking their goods, and I would walk up, and I'd be like, "Hi," and they're like, "Oh, and do you have a podcast?" I was like, "Yeah," and I have to wear a badge. I had my name, had the Bumper Podcast, all the stuff. And it said speaker. It was red on the bottom. And so then they would talk to me a little bit. But I had a hard time connecting with people. It was very loud. It was very overwhelming, overstimulating. And, but that's kind of the nature of the thing, I think. I intentionally went to this to be outside of my comfort zone, and whoa, boy, was I. So I got there on Thursday, and I went to this thing, and I went for a lot of the day on Friday, and was kind of just feeling like ick, and so I ended up just going out and getting dinner, and wandering around like this shopping place, which was, not what I was there for, but I needed to reset a little bit, and had the most delicious fried chicken that I think I've ever had. Then I got up the next morning, and I was like, all right, my talk is at 3:30, and I'm gonna get up, and I'm not gonna go straight there. I'm gonna go someplace where I can work, and I'm gonna build out my
are you
my
presentation
and everything.
Your
and
presentations, yeah. You're not presenting well today. I gotta say, are you intentionally being boring, or what? What are we doing? Is this how we do the podcast now? Is this a sleep podcast?
No,
are we trying to lull people to sleep?
Fine. No, I'll skip ahead. I did my talk. I didn't feel great, and I kind of lost my voice while I was talking. I was like, oh, this is strange, and felt a little lightheaded, so I went to urgent care.
Oh, hold on a second. Now, I don't want to besmirch nobody, but you went to an urgent care in Florida?
Well, yeah, I didn't have many options. I was in Florida, but I tested negative for everything. No flu, no strep, whatever. And so they gave me some meds, and I was like, all right, I'm on the mend. But then the next morning I woke up and I felt terrible. And then I had to drive 20 hours back, and I got home on a Monday, and I should have gone to the hospital then, because there was no breathing. There was a distinct lack of breathing, and no temperature. All right, just no breathing, And I was like, I'll tough this out. I've already gone to the doctor. I've already gotten my meds. I should be fine.
What kind of meds did they give to you? Because you you said you were in Florida.
Yep.
Was it like a Tic Tacs or
No.
something like a lifesaver or just a piece of bubble gum or something?
No. It was.
Man,
it
I
was.
would love a Tic Tac right now, huh? Right?
Honestly, I could too. It was just like medicine. I don't know. But I took it everything and I did all the stuff and I got home. And then Wednesday, finally, we had this little doodad where you put your finger in and it tells you how much oxygen you have. Pulse oximeter is what it's called.
Whoa, look who'd gone down to Florida and become all smart. You sound like a scientist. Look at you. I'm proud of you.
Thanks, I appreciate it. Ooh. So, but it was 92 was the number on it, and I finally did a little research, and I was like, well, what is it supposed to be, And it was like, if it goes to 90 or 92, you should already be in the emergency room, and if it goes below that, you're done. Don't worry about it. And I was like, oh, it's probably been at 90 or lower or something like for the past 2 days. So I said, all right, I'm gonna go to the ER. I'm gonna get checked out. Gonna make sure that everything's okay. Drove over there. Was fine driving, fine. And I got there at the door, and there's a guard, and he said, hey, what are you here for? What do you want? Huh? A Tic Tac? And I was like, no. And I said, oh, I can't breathe. And then they threw me into a wheelchair and they zipped me back. And then they kept me in the hospital for 2 days. 2 days.
Wait.
So that's where I've been.
So every time that the phone was ringing and it had the name of the hospital, was that you? Should we have been answering that? Because Rufus was afraid it was like a bill that he hadn't paid. And so we just, we kept letting it go to voicemail.
Yeah,
and
that was me.
Should we apologize?
I mean, you don't have to because I guess you didn't know it was me, but I guess you could have either answered the phone or listened to the message, the multiple messages I think that were sent. Did none of you worry? Did none of you wonder where I had gone to?
No, honestly, no, because, you just went to Florida and you left us, and so we're like, oh, looks like somebody's going on another big podcast trip or wherever he goes. And so maybe we didn't know where you were, but maybe we were just like, he's too big for his britches and he doesn't want to talk to us anymore because we're just like, oh, we're just a little bumper podcast,
Yeah, speaking of which, Britches, does anybody, I had a pile of Britches that I had washed and dried, and they were like, I'd stacked them, I folded them, they were all perfect, and now I don't know where they went.
Now, y'all saying breeches?
Britches.
Breeches.
No, Britches.
Like dungarees?
Yeah, like pants. I don't know. Are they called Britches? Isn't that a thing?
I think that's fine. Yes.
Is that like a brand?
No, I think it's just like
now
a
I'm
different.
confused.
I think it's a different name. But if people are stealing people's pants, then we might have to get HR back in here.
Oh, we're going to call Healthy Frog and get them back in here? Perfect. I have a great idea for a recipe, okay?
No.
The Bumper Podcast is an oftentimes hilarious weekly romp with Natty Bumpercar and some of his pals. It is family-friendly, clean, and ridiculous. Thanks a bundle for listening. If you love our show and you'd like to help support the podcast, check out our Patreon page at https://www.patreon.com/nattybumpercar. Also, pretty please subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. Share it with everyone everywhere, post about it on all of the social medias, or leave a rating and review. The Bumper Podcast is produced at headquarters in Coffee Can Alley. It's recorded, mixed, and produced by producer. The Bumper Podcast features contributions from Aloysius J. Pig, Rufus T. Rufus, Doodle Poodle, Robot, Trunks, and a gaggle of other silly rascals. Our head talker is probably Natty Bumpercar. We also have an absurd newsletter. Check it out and subscribe at nattybumpercar.com/subscribe. Also, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Natty Bumpercar. Hugs and hearts. See you soon.